Well, this week we continue to spotlight Alabama's agricultural industry. And though cybersecurity may not sound like an agricultural issue, the threat surrounds farmers each and every day. SoutheastProduceWeekly.com's Chip Carter breaks down the code as the future of technology advances.
In our homes, on our farms, in our places of business, we don't think of ourselves as vulnerable to cyber threats from foreign countries, but actually American agriculture is at ground zero. We talked with Dr. Bob Norton, an Auburn University professor who regularly works with the government and big companies to find out more.
We are always concerned about persistent threats, and those persistent threats come from places like Russia and China and Iran. Those countries are very, very active in the cyber realm. They're targeting critical infrastructures, food and agriculture, as well as water. They're looking at those things, trying to figure out how can we make those things unavailable if we ever need to. Agribusiness as a whole, the large companies are very aware of these things and are developing very robust systems that can detect and also prevent from these penetrations occurring. Where you get into the smaller companies, where you get into the farmer level, those same protections are not necessarily available. Some of those are very expensive. So those are in some ways more vulnerable. The cyber adversaries are always going to find the entry point that is easiest for them. What we can see as a possibility is that those could be used to reach back into the critical infrastructures. So you could have an entry point in a small operation that is attached, let's say, to the power grid, and use that as the entry point into the power grid. Recently, there was an attack on one of the hotels and casinos in Las Vegas, and it was actually the heating system for the aquariums that was used as the entry point that got the cyber adversaries into the larger hotel and into the casino.
What are some of the things that we can do to close some of these windows and shut down some of these avenues of access for exploit?
The simple solution, the 80% solution, is attainable by anyone for virtually no money. Passwords, making sure your software is up to date. Those are things that you can control, and everyone should be doing them.
It's not something to worry about, but it is something to be aware of. In a nutshell, keep your security software up to date, change your passwords, and make them strong. In Auburn, Alabama, I'm Chip Carter from SoutheastProduceWeekly.com, reporting for RFD-TV.
Well, thanks for that report, Chip. Now, of course, you can stay current on cybersecurity issues on the farm by following Dr. Norton's Food and Water Defense blog. You can find that there on the screen available below.